Good morning to the Wake Tech Board of Trustees. I'm Sarah Assad, and I am filled with gratitude to speak to you all today. I've been enrolled here at Wake Tech for 2 years now, and one thing I admire most about this college is our campus and how much potential and motive it has for growth. I admire the landscaping, the buildings, the greenways, and of course, our staff. Our staff is incredibly hardworking and dedicated towards Wake Tech's improvements and becoming more functional each day. One day on my walk to class, I noticed that a student threw away a glass bottle in a regular trash bin 1 foot away from a recycling bin. I reached in the bin and placed it in the correct bin for the glass material, which is the recycling bin. I then started to notice how often this occurs on campus. One student is throwing waste in the recycling bin and the other is throwing recyclable materials in the trash can. On average, in the cafe, I would witness about 5 students mishandling their waste during my minimal break in between classes. Can you imagine how often that goes on without being identified? I believe students should be penalized for this action by the Wake Tech Campus Police by a small fine. Here at Wake Tech, we should be devoted to keeping it green by staying clean. I will speak on mishandled waste and why it is an issue and how we can make a positive impact here at Wake Tech by enforcing a new rule that charges students for doing their wrong in regards to their trash. The United States Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, began collecting and reporting data on the generation and disposition of waste in the United States more than 30 years ago. The agency uses this information to measure the success of material management programs across the country and to characterize the national waste stream. These facts and figures are current through calendar year 2017. The total generation of municipal solid waste, MSW, in 2017 was 267.8 million tons, or 4.51 pounds per person per day. Of the MSW generated, approximately 67 million tons were recycled and 27 million tons were composted. Together, more than 94 million tons of MSW were recycled and composted, equivalent to a 35.2% recycling and composting rate. In addition, more than 34 million tons of MSW were combusted with energy, recovery, and more than 139 million tons of MSW were landfilled. According to the EPA studies show that the weight of trash generated is 34.5 million tons and the weight recycled averages to 3.14 million tons, which is 9%. A claim by Campbell says the subject supposed to recycle should not be taken as a call to passivity, but rather a refusal to take responsibility for the actions of those who are currently avoiding responsibility by individualizing and localizing guilt on the shoulders of consumers. Here at Wake Tech, I believe whomever is mishandling their trash by disposing it in the wrong bin should be penalized by a fine given by Wake Tech Campus Police. According to the Waterford News and Star, people have received fines from waste companies for as little as having a tea bag or a couple of biscuits in their green bins. I believe this to be an effective penalty because students tend to park in the parking spots for faculty until they see a slip under their windshield wipers, knowing not to park there again. Because the charges will add up and it's something they simply want to avoid. Wake Tech Community College should address a small fine of $250 to Wake Tech students who put regular trash in recycling bins, and students who throw recyclable materials such as cans, bottles into the trash. Their charges will simply go to their accounts, the same system used for getting a parking ticket on campus. Each student will get charged the first time to the low proposed fine of $250. The second time a student is caught for wrongly mishandling their trash, they will be fined double of $5. The campus police will be in charge of filing paperwork for the fines. Mishandling waste can be a problem because it can rot in a landfill and generate gas contribute to the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a process that occurs when gases in Earth's atmosphere trap the sun's heat. The process makes Earth much warmer than it would be without an atmosphere, according to NASA. NASA has observed increases in the amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Too much of these greenhouse gases can cause Earth's atmosphere to trap more and more heat. This causes Earth to warm up. Throwing away things wastes resources. It wastes raw material and energy used in making the items, and it wastes money. Reducing waste means less environmental impact, less resources and energy used, and saves money, claims Green Choices. Recycling can not only improve our growing trash globally, it can also help reduce the impact made to our environment, and we should promote good habits here at Wake Tech. I believe I will encounter some conflict towards this from campus police, but they are incredibly hardworking and they can handle a lot on their plate. But if Wake Tech Community College is willing to possibly add more bins around campus, this could also reduce the problem, and students will not go against this rule because they simply want to avoid being charged, and campus police could get a break. There are plenty of main areas around Wake Tech Community College that do not have easy accessibility to disposable bins. Placing more bins around campus labeled under landfill and compostable and trash in common areas such as classrooms, meeting rooms, hallways, entranceways, cafe, and greenways, students are more likely to throw their trash away in the correct bins and leave less students being fined, and campus police can work less, and Wake Tech Community College can stay environmentally friendly. Thank you.